Good morning, well, or good afternoon, whatever time it is you're watching this. Well, hello, my name is Stephen, and I am here for another. Well, I'm going to show you the tools that I use. I actually I'm going to share my screen now. And here's one, AstroSeek. You can go to You can calculate your birth chart. You can find solar returns and lunar returns, all kinds of stuff there. You can also go down this list of astro tools to find electional astrology calculators. Let's try that. Electional monthly elections, monthly weekly elections. So here's how you can do electional calculations. Find famous people, birthday by birthdays, compatibility, partner horoscope, moon phase calendar. And numerology calculator. So, yeah, I'm going to put in my birth date, see what comes up. March 2nd, 1970. And it comes to, well, this one says I'm a 22 life path. And since my birthday is on the 2nd, that's character. And then the full arrow, 1, 2, 3, arrow of thoughts. Empty ones are frustration or lessons from Saturn. I'm in a personal year 11. This until March 2nd, 2023. And on March 2nd, 2023 to March 2nd, 2024, it'll be a 3-year. And you can click on these to find out what those numbers mean. And let's go here. We can go predictive astrology, solar returns, Saturn returns. Yep. So let's put in my birthday. I was born at 2:09 a.m. And there's my birth chart. And then you can go to progress chart calendar, progress moon, progress lunation, and your lunar returns. And then you can see that it tells you what the, well, since it goes into by Placidus, but we can change that. right here by going to extended and move. I usually use whole sign and then redraw. So this is what my whole sign chart will look like. And then we can do you can check out the Sabian symbols here. Look at fixed stars, Arabic lots. Yeah, actually this you can also go to astro.com. This has so much more. You can actually look at true Lilith and then redraw. Where true Lilith is in Virgo instead of Leo in the when I change that to true Lilith. So, and then you can check out Sabian symbols. For your for Venus and Pisces, Mars and Aries at the certain degrees, and that's pretty cool. And then it tells you the sun is your self identity and personality. The moon are your emotions, instincts, roots, and your mother. Mercury, thinking, communication, intellect, learning. And we can go into there, yeah. And yes. These are pretty neat, huh? You can also go to back to the home page. And you can do solar return. Secondary, oh, actually, let's go back. Let's go back to that because actually we have secondary progressions. And then we have all these branches of astrology, traditional astrology, sidereal, draconic, electional, relocation astrology. And yeah, all kinds of stuff. There's your birth chart, compatibility, ascendant, astro chart, portrait. Let's go to solar returns now. And we can actually, I always do solar returns from the actual birthplace. You can do it from where you are now, but let's see. Let's go to type in. So you can, yeah. So in the year 2021, my solar return was in, let's change this to a whole sign. So it's less confusing when you look at it. It shows for 2021, Over here it shows you that your soul, the moon, this, I'm sorry, the sun has returned to 11 degrees, 11 minutes of my birth, the sun at 11 degrees, 11 minutes. The moon birth, when is it? Okay, and then the solar return moon is in Libra. Mercury is back in its own sign of Aquarius, very close to my own Mercury, which is interesting. Venus is back into Pisces at a lower degree than my natal Venus. Mars is now in Taurus, was then in Taurus in 2021. Jupiter and Saturn were in Aquarius at that time. Jupiter is now in the sign of Aries at this time, 2023. Uranus in Taurus. Neptune was at 0 degrees Sagittarius, and now it's at 20 degrees, just over my Venus, which was an interesting year. I gotta tell you, 2021 was an interesting year. It sure was. And so, yeah, actually, you can see this is how the planets are there. And then also, you can, the sun conjuncts the sun because the sun is back in its at the same degree that I was born. And the MC has moved. So it was a very interesting year. And it was let's just see the solar return. So I had Taurus rising at the time. So Venus was in my 11th house with the sun. And actually, it was a very good year then. Yep. I worked for an organization that was pretty cool. And I'm going to stop my share. So yeah, actually, there's a whole lot you can do with AstroSeek, and you actually astro.com is good, but actually this gives you so many more things to look at, and I'm actually looking for uh, actually you can check to see when the retrograde planets from 1800 to 21. Oh, um, you can do secondary progressions. Um, let's go back and go to lunar returns. You put in your birth date and the time you were born again. And if you want to check out a certain year, like last year or 2021, depending, whichever. And then you put your current, well, you can put your current city or put your birth city so you don't get confused. So, starting January 1st, the moon was back in at 26 degrees on January 1st, 2021. January 28th, 2020, I'm sorry, 2022. These are all for 2022. And then February 25th, 2022. And you can click on the charts here to see. Let's see with 2021. So around February 7th, 2021 for me. Uh, the moon was in my 8th house in 2021. And it was a return, the 8th house is other people's money, taxes, and the and the sun is in the 10th house. So yeah, actually this coincides with the solar return that I had, which is kind of interesting because the sun, well, if we actually the sun was in the 10th, no, the 11th, I'm sorry, 11th. So that was like had to do with all kinds of organizational things and working in an organization, which I did. Actually, I worked for an organization who, as at a summer camp. So here's the whole sign house. So with Taurus rising, Venus in the 10th house. So it was a career year, definitely. I found a summer job as a camp assistant camp director, or the assistant to the camp director. And then I eventually became the camp director that year, that summer. And I also delved into astrology at the time too. I've been studying more intensely of astrology. So I will stop my share. And that's all things you can use for AstroSeek. You can also use astro.com, right? Yes. Here's astro.com. Here's the lunar return chart from astro.com. You can also go, actually, you would also, if you can go to extended chart selection, and I have my, and then we'll show my chart. So here's my natal chart. And then you can go to back to chart selection. You can do synastry charts. You can do progression, natal and progressed chart. So you can go to a progress chart. So this, when you go to do a progress chart, the moon, well, the moon is back in, on this date, the moon is back in Sagittarius. The ascendant is in Aquarius, and the progress sun is now in Taurus at let's see, at 3 degrees. The moon is at 4 degrees of Sagittarius. I'm sorry, sun 3 degrees Taurus, moon at 4 degrees Sagittarius, Mercury is at 21 degrees Taurus, Venus is in Taurus, my progress Mars is in Gemini, and Mars is in Gemini at the moment. Jupiter is still in Scorpio when I was born, but it's retrograde at 0 degrees. Saturn in Taurus. So yes, and and all that. So yes, we can see. This is Spica here in Libra. I have natal Uranus in Libra, which is still in Libra. So yes. So, but my progressed ascendant is now in Aquarius. The sun, progressed sun in Taurus, and the moon, progressed moon for this date, January 7th, 2023, is in Sagittarius in the 11th house. The sun is in the 4th. The ascendant. So the sun is in the 4th with Venus and Mercury and Saturn are all in the 4th house. So it's, yes. So actually I can do a short chart reading for that if in a later time. I'm just showing you what you can do with these little programs like astro.com and astroseek. So with that, I'm going to end my share and I'm going to end this video. And I hope this will help in some way. And well, I'm going to end the share. I'm not going to end the video. I'm going to pull some cards. So, oh, actually later today, the moon will be moving into Leo. I'm going to shuffle the card. Actually, I'm going to share that with you too. So let's share. So here's that. Okay, so right now, and yeah, I'm in San Francisco right now. So the moon is going to be moving into Leo. The moon here in Cancer. We are still in the full moon phase. And I have so many things here in this chart. Yes, I know. So right now we have Pisces and as the ascendant. I'm going to put the clock up. The ascendant is at 19 degrees, 57 minutes. Which puts Venus and Saturn. And this is Panacea, the asteroid Panacea. So let's see what. Give me a moment. Let me shuffle these cards. Excuse me. And oh, I'll show you. Also wanted to show you some the things I'm working on. They're over there in my workstation. I do all my work on my dining room table at home. Yes. And let's see. Ooh, all right. We have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Yes. I'm going to stop my share. I'm going to say, show you the Queen of Wands. I would say this is kind of a Leo type of energy, since the moon will be moving into Leo later today. Fiery energy, a energy for getting things in order and taking charge. And then we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords. Yes, actually, he seems to be trying to get away with something mentally, but I don't think he'll get. But he will. Someone may be having a very great time with family this weekend. So yes. And yeah, actually, a lot of emotional thing. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, actually, someone's maybe going on an adventure, emotionally, maybe an emotional roller coaster. And we have on the bottom of the deck, Judgment. So there's a calling that you are going to be going through. And yeah, actually you're headed somewhere calm, and see the water here is all clear. Here it's all looks like a sheet of glass, and it's calm, heading somewhere nice. Ooh, and the Hierophant, maybe a spiritual journey emotionally, or a yeah. Yeah. And I'm not because even though I did, it said it was the tower, but actually there's something may come down. maybe okay, maybe a relationship, maybe coming apart, and as the Empress. So yeah, actually the Empress will be there to comfort and bring back the uh, Venetian uh, values that you thought you lost. And so, yeah, I think the planet Venus is, well, actually, yeah. Actually, let's see. Where is the planet Venus right now? The planet Venus is in Aquarius, right? So, uh, interesting. So, and the moon is still in Cancer until, let's see, when does the moon move into Leo? Yeah, at around 5:30. Or, yeah, about, let's see, exactly, oops, 5:09. No, at 5:11 p.m. on the West Coast. Change, you can, wherever you are, change that to whatever time zone you're at. Mars is still retrograde until the 12th, I believe, of January. Hours. No. Oh, wait. Jeez. The 13th, January 13th, 2023, and 2:11 a.m. Pacific time. It might be on the East Coast, it'll be the 12th. uh, but yeah, so on the West Coast, on the 13th, Mars will go direct, which will be Friday. And then Mercury is still retrograde until the 18th, I believe. Let's double check that. And let's go back a few hours just to see when exactly. Here's Mercury. And then we're going to go back. Watching Mercury here has moved there. So we're going backwards to see when Mercury actually goes direct. So here's Mercury on the 18th. Yes, on the 18th at about around on the 18th, because actually if we go back an hour, it's retrograde. Around 6 something, around 6 o'clock, maybe. Let's go back some, actually, let's go get accurate time when Mercury goes direct at 5:52 a.m. on the West Coast. At 5:52 a.m. on Wednesday, January 18th, Mercury moves direct. So, and there are no planets in retrograde motion at this time. No planets. This one is just Lilith. So yeah, there are no planets. The sun, the sun doesn't go retrograde. The moon doesn't go retrograde. Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, there's 7 out of 9 planets. The planets, all except the moon and the sun, may go retrograde. And with that, I'm going to stop this share again. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, my name is Stephen. You can email me at stephenschatz@gmail.com. That is STEPHENSCHATZ, no space in between, and that is at gmail.com. stephenschatz@gmail.com. So if you'd like to book a reading, email me and we'll set a time and a date and we can set that up. Or you can go check the sites that I just demonstrated how to use if you know your time, location, and your birth date. I'm sure you know your birth date, but yeah, if you know the time and location of your birth, you can find that on your birth certificate. Most of birth certificates tell you the time you were born. But if you need to have a rectified chart and you don't know the time of birth, you can always book a reading with me. I am able to do that. Also, I can help find or pinpoint where you might have your ascendant. So with that, have a great weekend. I love you all. And thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos. And have a good one. Bye, everyone.